Dead leaves swirled across the cold stone as Cat approached the deepest corner of the empty cobblestone courtyard. He could feel the sentinels watching from hidden places within the surrounding walls and towers. His eyes darted about for any sign of a threat. Behind the ever-sleeping volcano, the sun struggled to midday height in the steel-gray sky. Without warning, a fierce cry came from the parapets above. A shadow passed overhead, and Cat ducked. Instinctively, his grip tightened on the quarterstaff as he prepared to defend himself against one of the most peculiar men he'd ever seen. His skin was very dark, like the islanders, but his hair, eyebrows, and mustache were whiter than the sand on Aruba. He wore a silver ring in the lobe of his left ear and a small gray cross on a thin black cord around his neck. He held a quarterstaff of dark wood that was at least a foot longer than Cat's. "I am Dimitri," said the man, removing his robe. He was shirtless beneath, but wore an old, baggy kind of breeches that bunched at his waist and ankles. His gaze was dark and seemed to smolder like volcanic rock. The warrior slapped his staff hard on the cobblestone and stepped forward menacingly. Cat held up his own staff. He thought he was ready. Dimitri's strike was swift and heavy. His dark staff crashed into Cat's staff with such force that Cat reeled sideways. Cat didn't see the second stroke, the one that swept his feet out from under him. He felt a sudden jolt on his backside as he hit the ground and found himself staring at the sky. Cat swallowed, tightened his grip on his staff, and levered himself to his feet. He rolled his shoulders and his neck, and then brought his staff up hard to his chest. He's toying with me, Cat thought. Determined not to let Dimitri strike first, Cat feinted with a sweeping right-handed attack to Dimitri's body. The moment Dimitri showed a vertical guard, Cat brought a furious left-handed stroke at Dimitri's right thigh. But Dimitri's initial guard was itself a feint. He turned in a blur, batted down Cat's attack, and shoved the left end of his staff into Cat's shoulder. Cat staggered backward, his weapon clattering to the ground. The pain was sharp and throbbing. Cat tasted bile in his throat. He grunted indignantly and picked up his staff. Dimitri swung at Cat's left shoulder and followed it with a swift poke at Cat's chest. Cat didn't block it, but turned to let the blow glance off. Cat jabbed the end of his staff at Dimitri's legs, but Dimitri countered too quickly. Cat grunted. He grew fatigued and increasingly frustrated. It was like dueling Red-Eye with a sword. Cat knew he was overmatched and hated it.